everybody! Today is Tips and Tricks Tuesday. So today we're going to be going over, actually you know what, first, rewind a little bit. We have a lot of new members in Flourish, so I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Lisa Mitchell. I am the Etsy sales expert here in Flourish. I have a background in customer service, and I have over 40,000 sales on my own Etsy shop with a total of over 1 million views, and I've been on Etsy for 5 years. So I really just try to help people understand the ins and outs of Etsy and just really get a grip on what's going on, how to use everything to your advantage. So every Tuesday I try to do a short, sometimes it gets kind of long, video on different things that you can use in Etsy as tools that can make selling for you, easier, and how selling is so much more different than buying as a customer. So today we are going to be going over listing variations, how to set them up, what they're used for, yada yada yada. And then the second half, I'm going to be going over how to create a gift certificate to be used on Etsy, not a gift card. If your shop wants to offer a gift certificate for somebody, what steps do you need to go through, and how do you get that accomplished? So today I'm going to give you a warning. Today's going to be a little bit long. My children are currently at the park with their father. So depending on how long this gets, I may have to sneak some of their Halloween candy into my face hole before they get home. Because if I eat it with them, I have to share. And I don't want to. And sometimes when you're talking about Etsy, it gets stressful and you're talking about your shop. So if you guys want to go grab a little piece of chocolate and some coffee or wine, totally not judging, it's election day, go out and vote. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you support. I don't care who you like. Just try to make time to go out and vote for somebody. I don't care if you write in a name. Just go out and vote for the way you want the country to go. So I'm just going to let a couple more people get logged in. And I'm going to try really hard not to eat that Kit Kat for at least 15 minutes. Show some restraint. But if you guys have any questions, dude, I see the listing critiques. I heard about the listing critiques, and hi, everybody that said hello. I did see something about there being a live Q&A or for listing critiques in the forums. Yeah, Lisa for president. I'm gonna try to get into that Etsy Q&A and see if I can see what's going on, see if I can get one of my own listings edited. I'm gonna try to see what's going on there. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I'm such a closet chocolate eater. Like, we have a pantry closet. It's technically supposed to be a coat closet in the living room, but it is actually, we turned it into a pantry, and I will just stand there with the door closed like 3/4 of the way, like shoving. Mom, what are you doing? Muffin! I hate sharing chocolate. I love that my kids want to go get it though, and then they forget how much they got, and I'm like, you only collected 10 pieces of candy. I'm sorry. Here you go. The rest of your bag is for me. Alright, so we've got about 20 people for now. So, with listing variations, with any listing really, if you have a listing that you can create over and over and over, that is really the key to being on Etsy. Some of the times it's okay to be one of a kind, but you really want to make an item that you can relist, renew, resell, and keep advertising on multiple platforms, and it keeps ranking up the hearts on it, ranking up the views on it, ranking up the sales it's made, which is gonna, it's gonna help you get seen more often. So if you have an item or a list of items that are similar, it's the same product, say they're all the same color. I use myself for an example because, well, that's really the only thing I know inside and out is my own shop. My first shop was, it's a faux piercing shop where people they buy clip-on nose rings, clip-on lip rings, and I have 15 different colors that they can choose from. I also have 6 different materials they can choose from. And I've used this to my advantage in multiple ways. At first, when I started making these listings, I did not know that auto-renewing or renewing a sold item is better than creating a new item if that listing is the same. Learn that the hard way. So if you get an item that's selling and selling and selling, you want to keep renewing that same item. So I didn't know that though, so I would make a new listing for every color I kept adding to my wire inventory. So I started with silver, and then I would make a listing for gold wire nose rings, and then I made a listing for black wire nose rings, etc., etc. This can be good. It is good to have, Etsy says that they're indifferent, but in my personal experience, it's good to have multiple listings. Not like, don't go cray-cray, don't make like 20 listings of one item. But if you want to have 2, sometimes 3, if you have enough different keywords you can use for it, you can duplicate a listing. By looking in my stats page, I saw that people were using the word faux instead of fake. Faux piercing, faux nose ring, faux clip-on, yada, yada, yada. So I started copying the black listing, the black wire nose ring, into fake and faux. But at the same time, if you have a listing for a different listing for every color of the same item, and say you have, 100 listings, if a customer finds something that they like in blue, they're going to message you. If you have 200 listings, they're going to send you a convo with an attachment to that listing, and they're going to go, hey, can you make this in green instead of blue? And in your mind, you're going to go, oh my God, why didn't you just do a search in my shop? I make this in green. Just search for green. But customers don't know to do that. Customers want things to be handed to them. You want to make things as easy for your customers as possible. So while it's beneficial to have multiple listings of the same item for keyword purposes, for different tag words, different copy, different titles, yada, 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 different pictures, it is very beneficial for you if you have something to use a listings variation. So the way that I have mine set up is you can either add a listing for a different color and have it be the same price. Sorry, I'm just going to open up my listings. If you want to add a listing variation, start at the very beginning. You're a brand new Etsy person. You got no experience on Etsy. You don't know this. With multiple colors, doesn't sell so well, so I usually list each color separately, but I don't know why this is. It happens. It works better for some than others, but that's why it's beneficial to have both, because there's different types of customers. But if you have a listing that you can add variations to, you're going to click Edit on your listings. And when my page loads, you're going to scroll down, and there's a variations option. Now, it gives you certain suggested variations like color, material. What are some of the other ones? Add a variation. So they say device, diameter, dimensions, fabric, finish, flavor if you're selling an edible, or soap. Although that would be scent. Nope, scent. You don't eat soap. It's not a flavor. Material, pattern, scent, size. This is all different things you can use variations for. So with my piercings, or faux piercings, I first did, originally I had all of them be the same price, but they were just different colors. So it would be, you could choose from gold, silver, copper, black, and I would list the 15 different colors in my variations. Now, if somebody wants this, first of all, they have to select a color to check out. It's not like they can just check out and you don't know what they want. The customer is telling you exactly what they want. Then I also, though, you can do a different price. So if you have clothes and you have a shirt that you sell, and you sell 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9 month, 9 to 12, 24, 2T, 4T, yada, 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 you can add a $2 increment or whatever you want for the bigger sizes. And you can change the pricing. But when you first add your variations, it does not show a different price. It'll just add the different colors. You have to actually click on the center. It'll say options, and then it says price. So if you want a different price for your products, you have to click the word price, and then you can also click if it's in stock. There's going to be a little checkbox all the way down the side. So say you have different size clothings. Say you've got, you've only got one newborn. Tripping over my words here. You only have one newborn size left, and it just got sold. You can go back and edit that listing and click that the newborn size is now out of stock, but they can choose from 3 to 6, 6 to 9, yada, yada, yada. If you add a price, now this is beneficial, you know, like I just said, for different sizes, but it can be good for different materials. So the way I did the price was I originally had them all the same price. And I had a different listing for 14 karat gold, a different listing for rose gold, sterling silver, my peacock wire, whatever. Then I realized this is a good opportunity to upsell. Technically, all of those listings are the same thing. They're the same size, the same, you know, everything. It's wire, it's 20 gauge. So you want to add, I added the 14 karat gold, anything that you have the highest price, if it's all the same thing, unless it's like a birthstone where you want to put it in month order, or if it's a size order. But if it's a color or material, if it's a material variation, you want to put the highest one at the top. So I have my 14 karat gold, most expensive. And then I have my rose gold, which is tied but not as popular, but the same price as the 14. Then you have sterling silver. Then I list my colors in preferred. I know that my customers like silver, gold, copper, and black, so I put those underneath the 4 most expensive ones. And what this does is it just shows, if you hide your highest price item down at the bottom, most people aren't going to scroll all the way down unless they're looking for something specific. But if you have your most expensive stuff at the top, it's right there. The customer sees, oh, you know, I was going to get this in silver plate, but they have sterling silver, and it's right there. And you could end up getting a $10 sale instead of a $5 sale. Now, in keeping with the 99-cent base pricing, if it's something like a sizing alternate where you've got, you know, like I said, the newborn, and then it goes up to 12 months, as long as the first price, I believe, hold on, I could be wrong. Maybe it's the lowest price. See, I thought I had, maybe it's the lowest price. As long as the lowest price. Do you add photos of that item in every color? No, what I do for my listings variations is when I have it all in one listing. Now I just shared, you know, this is a little bit, I'm going to off track for a second. For your 5 different pictures, I usually suggest you have one picture on a plain-ish background. Doesn't have to be white, just plain, where your item is the focus. You have a picture on a model of some sort, or it just showing how the item is used. You have a picture of it staged. You have a picture of the front or back, top, bottom, and then a packaging example. Then on mine, I have a picture. It doesn't have to be in that order, though. I have a picture on a model. I have a picture on it white. I have a picture of the back. And then I have a color reference chart where I don't model every picture in every different color on, but I show a spiral. I show a little coil of every different color wire that I offer with the proper name underneath the color that is shown, so that if somebody goes in the drop-down menu and clicks medium blue, they can look at my chart and see exactly what the difference between medium blue is compared to the dark blue. You definitely want to show a visual of all your different options from your drop-down. If it's a color, if it's a stain, if it's gold versus silver. I've even, like, there was somebody, I just did a call with somebody the other day about headbands, and or maybe it was a shop review. I just remember looking at headbands, and she had Mommy and Me matching headbands, and you could choose either Mommy and Me newborn or Mommy and Me toddler. And I had suggested doing a picture that shows the mommy headband with the newborn size side by side with the mommy headband versus the toddler size. That way they could see the difference. It can help. You want to answer as many questions as you can with pictures. And that's the same thing with listing variations. You can have up to 2 listing variations. Sadly, sometimes you need more than that, and Etsy's just not there yet. So if you're doing jewelry, I've got listings where it's a piercing and they have to choose the color / material they want, and then they have to choose the size they want. Do they want a 6mm, a 7mm, an 8mm, yada, yada, yada. And they have to choose those 2 things to check out. If you are not using both of your listing variations, or you don't even have a product that can use a variation, your items are one of a kind, you don't have any multiple choices, this Christmas season is the perfect time to add a listing variation for gift wrapping. You can say, do you want this item gift wrapped? Or do you want it regular packaged? Would you like it not wrapped? Would you like it gift wrapped? Would you like just a thank you card? And you can have them all at different prices. And this is a good way to upsell it. Or you can add an additional listing that says, gift wrap listing. Do both. Cover your bases. I have a bracelet that has 2 different variations, and when I add it to cart, I don't see where it makes the customer pick the... Okay, so when a customer selects, let me go to my sold orders here. If you have the variation saved, when you go to your orders page, it should show you you look at their receipt in your orders page, it's going to say their name, the shipping method, the title of the product that they bought, and then there's a tan bar. And that tan bar is going to show, like on the one that I'm looking at right now, they chose the silver color septum ring and they chose it in 6mm. Just like if you can do an upgraded shipping, it'll show it with a tan bar if they choose a faster shipping. For example, I want to offer some, all right, totally read that wrong. No, I want to offer if my items in sterling silver, should I use the same listing with variations or separate? Both. I would make it a regular listing and I would make a sterling silver listing. And then if you want, there's so many different things. You can cross-link between the 2. So in the bottom of your listing, you can say, if you want to get back to my home page, click myshopname.etsy.com. If you're looking for a sterling silver option, click here. And then on the other listing, say if you're looking for a more affordable listing than the sterling silver, click here for silver plate. Or you can do that where it cross-links both. And then in your listings variation, you can also have it say sterling silver, silver plate, and then have the 2 have different prices. Cover your bases as many different ways as you can. Where it's just so easy for customers to just look and click and really just like hold their hand through the checking out process of what you want them to buy. Let's see, what else can we do with listing variations? We can do upselling, we can do colors, cards. Is there anybody that has any questions that I haven't covered? Christina, I really think that there should be, if it's set up correctly in the listing, they should have that tan bar where they selected, I don't know if I can comment on it. Can't comment on the list, on the chat yet, but I will put a snippet of what the variations look like once somebody has checked out and selected something. Or is there something that somebody uses a listing variation for that I have not mentioned that might help another flourisher out? Please feel free to put that in the comments. Let me see if I can go back here. They placed the order. There's a tan bar on my end, but it shows both and not which one she picked. Send me a screenshot, because that's weird. That sounds like an Etsy glitch. It definitely should not show both. I will try to help you with that, because that's not right. But all in all, that's pretty much listing variations. Is you have to do them individually. There is no way to mass edit your listings for variations. You have to click edit on each individual listing and add in everything. I have listings for Christmas items and it shows 0 views. I added them last week. I know I'm way behind, but how long does it take for a listing to show up? Well, it's kind of difficult to tell with new listings because I have heard of people posting a new listing and it sells like 30 minutes later. But then again, sometimes it takes like 3 weeks for a listing to really get ranked well. If it has 0 views, I would just copy your URL for that listing, which you don't need anything. If you look at the URL for your listing, all you need is www.etsy.com/listing/listing number. And that's it. You don't need any of the gobbledygook after the listing number when you copy that link, and you don't need the HTTPS. I would take that link and I would share it on your Facebook. I would share it on any social media. Say, I offer gift wrapping, looking, to do as little work, not to do as little work. You don't want to make them sound lazy, but just to advertise that you will do the wrapping work for them and post it on your social medias. You can also, your shop updates on your Sell on Etsy app. The shop updates, when anybody favorites your shop, they will see anything you post in your shop updates. So if you have cute wrapping, if you have a Christmas listing, take a picture of it, post it in your shop updates, and tag that listing. Then when anybody that's favorited your shop logs into Etsy, it's going to say new from your favorite shops, and it'll show any new listings you've got, and it'll show your shop updates. Just joined the conversation, so I don't know if it was mentioned, but I've used variations to ask the customer wants to join my newsletter. That is new. I have never heard of that. That's pretty good. As long as it's like a yes or no thing, that's really smart. I think that'd be a great way to build up an email list, because really, other than, I saw Etsy now has, I personally don't have the pattern, Etsy pattern, their website thing. They're starting to do an email list through Etsy pattern, but there's no way to really do an email list through regular Etsy. So that's a really clever way to collect email addresses. If you want, Crystal, you can message me on Facebook after this, and I'll see what I can do to go over that with you. I completely lost. Oh, okay. I have gift boxes with their own listings. Is it better to have it as a variation at checkout? That was where I was saying you should do both. Some customers know to search through listings if they want gift wrapping or something. Other customers don't even bother clicking the search bar, where you can search within your own shop. They don't even click search. So if you can have it right there and they have to click yes or no to gift wrapping, that really, I think it's a really good way to upsell it. I would definitely add it as a variation if you can. Aw, thanks. So I think that pretty much covers variations. They're very, very helpful. It's a great way to try to upsell yourself a little bit. Plus, with an Etsy listing, you can edit your variations, your quantity, your pricing, and your pictures with 0 effect to your SEO, with 0 effect to your ranking. It does not hurt you. Where right now it's going to be a little difficult. I mean, Christmas is what, 5-6 weeks away? You don't want to go through and redo all your tags, redo all your copy, redo all your titles, because it's going to mess up your ranking. But you can freely edit your listing variations with no consequences whatsoever. You can update your pictures with no consequences, change your pricing. None of that will affect your Etsy ranking. It will not hurt you. Good price for gift wrapping. It depends on how much more it is than what you're usually doing. It also depends on how big your products are. Personally, if it was something that's like a box like this big, I would expect to pay at least $4.99 for cute little gift wrapping. It's hard to say. I'm trying to find where my husband put my stuff. I don't have a box here. Sorry. Okay. So it's hard to say. I don't actually personally do gift wrapping, only because my products already come in a foil box with a bow. So, you know, that's about as gifty as mine's is going to look. I am not taking wrapping paper and wrapping this teeny tiny little box. Not going to happen. Couldn't charge you enough. Way too much time. So if your products already look like this, then maybe you could add a card or something, some kind of a Christmas card. But I would think you could charge anywhere between $5 to $10 depending on what you're doing. Is it a good idea to list where you found on variations? I did see that somebody was doing that, you know, a how did you hear about us? But at the same time, Etsy kind of already gives you that information on your stats page. It shows who's coming from Facebook, who's coming from Pinterest, Instagram, and all that stuff. Well, maybe not Instagram, but it shows where your traffic is coming from. So I think that's kind of touchy. Maybe do it on a couple of listings, like you're, you know, a semi-good seller, but I don't think I'd put that on every listing. Usually use clear bags in a priority box. Okay, so it's like a box like this big. I would say, and like I said, depending on the wrapping paper and stuff, anywhere between $5 to $10. Do we need to give them wrapping paper options or just use whatever gift wrap we want? No, Crystal, ask as many questions as you want. That is absolutely why I'm here for you guys. I would use any gift wrapping you want. I would just be careful with all the people that, pardon the phrase, but that get butt hurt over the different holidays. I would just try to pick a color that is, you know, I wouldn't pick Santa or I wouldn't pick Merry Christmas. I guess you could, because it's your shop and you can do what you want, but just to try to stay under and keep the peace, I would pick something general like a red wrapping paper or gold, or it could be something that is in color with your brand. Say your brand colors are, like my brand colors are purple, black, and gold, which is why I've got gold box, well, usually I have gold boxes and gold bows. So you can keep it with your brand, or you can keep it with your religion if you want to. But I usually, I actually used my shop updates to show that my new packages are coming in red foil bubble envelopes. Since I'm not wrapping my boxes, I am making them more holiday by using red foil. Cool. So, and like I said, if you don't want to gift wrap, you can always add add a Christmas card, add a little note, maybe a to from tag that they can add. That was also an option that I had suggested for digital sellers. Digital sellers where you're not going to get anything physically in the mail, you can maybe make a sheet of tags that they can print out. You know, they can print out whatever pretty picture they just bought from you, and then they can print out, if you custom design some to from tags or you custom design some cards, they can download that as a free add-on, which would be a great marketing tool as well. Your boxes are far too tiny. For most of my pieces, I use a 1 3/4 by 1. That's this thing. That's what this is. Teeny tiny little blocks. I think this is 1 1/4, 1 1/2 thing. But they're plain white, so do I offer a gift wrap add-on? Let me see if I can see more. Okay, so I'm asking $2.95, but I think I might raise my prices a little bit. I wouldn't gift wrap it, because like I said, I sure as hell am not gift wrapping this. That's a pain in the butt. Maybe you can add a card, add fancy packaging. To add a price to your variation, it's going to have the different colors or materials, whatever. It's going to have the different things that you type in. And then, let me see if I can find one. Edit. There's a little box you have to check underneath add price. It should be just to the right. Yep, there we go. So I have one right now that says options. I've got a peacock color, a gold color, and a steel. And in that options bar in the middle, it says add pricing. And you're just going to click there and you can add different pricings for each different item on the list. I've changed my listing descriptions and I've added Christmas gift, but my views are down and I'm a bit confused. Now I'm almost all A according to Marmalade, but still very low on views. Usually, if people are low on views, it's because of a price discrepancy or it's because of SEO. If you know that your SEO is good on Marmalade, or the Etsy search bar, whatever you want to use. You might want to check out your competition's pricing. Make sure you're not underpricing yourself. You do not want to be on the bottom, but you don't want to be on the very top either. You really want to be in that upper middle ground, where people feel like they're going to go, oh, that's way too much. And if you don't charge enough, people are going to not trust you. They're going to wonder why your stuff is so cheap. So if you're in that upper middle ground, they're going to be like, oh, all right, you know what you're doing. Hi, Amber. When I click add to price, nothing comes up. Try refreshing the page, because what should happen is I just clicked add price and it pulled up a little text box next to each one of the listings, and then it's got a $sign, and I wish I could show, maybe if I go to the club I can post a comment there. Hold on one second. Snip, screenshot, new. Variations, because I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Save. Look for my own post. Add a comment. But I want to add a picture. It's just letting me add a comment. It won't let me add a picture. I will have to show you later. But, who was it? Jennifer? If you want to PM me afterwards, I can try to, see what we're doing there and try to get that working for you. No, don't save. Remove pricing. Okay. Your reviews are horrible. It's embarrassing. Oh. What are you doing? Are you doing any marketing for your items? Hope you see it in the comments. I posted a screenshot of the variation bracelet listing. I don't see it yet, but I will go through and answer any questions or anything that's in the comments. It's kind of hard for when I'm actually live. It's not letting me interact very much. Can low views also be a disconnect between branding and pictures? It can if people don't feel like when they look at your brand and they look at your banner and your logo, they're going to either feel like they belong in your shop or they're going to feel like they're not where they belong. And if they're not where they feel like they belong, they're going to leave and go somewhere else. Where, like, my brand is very punky. My brand is rebellious. I show spray painting on, like, my title is spray painted on a brick wall because that's a rebellious thing to do. It's very attitude-y. All my people in my model pictures have, like, pink hair and attitude-y faces when they're modeling. But if somebody's coming in there and they're an older person, no offense, not saying older people can't be rebellious, but if there's a sweet little old grandma and she's trying to shop for something for her granddaughter and she clicks in my shop, she is not going to feel welcome. It's not going to happen because it's not meant for her. So if people don't feel like their branding is coming, or their personality reflects with your branding, and your branding isn't cohesive with the pictures you're taking, it could turn some people off. Okay, Jennifer, I'll keep an eye out for that. Okay, so, oops, wrong screen, this one. So all in all, that is variations. There's tons of different things you can use them for. They're very, very helpful. So one of the other things I'm seeing people get questions on a lot is how to offer a gift certificate. Gift certificates, you need to be ready. Because they are kind of complicated. There are certain unknown behind-the-scenes rules behind a gift certificate versus a gift card. There's two different ways that you can set it up. You want to have the other option in your payment methods. I hate having this selection open because I've always had an error with people accidentally clicking it and purchasing an item, and then they're like, what? I checked out with it, but they clicked other and they didn't actually pay me. So I hate having this option open. But if you do a gift certificate, that's generally how you have somebody pay. And then what you do is you can either do a digital download for somebody, or you can actually physically mail them a certificate. It's totally up to you. I personally like mailing the certificate because then it can be used as a stocking stuffer, or it can get put in a card or something. That it's a tangible gift that they can hand the person. You have to be clear in your listing description that it is only redeemable in your Etsy shop. You have to put that in your listing description. You also have to put that on the gift certificate itself. Be sure to use the words gift certificate in your item's listing, title, your description, and your tag. The listing must be for a set price. And this is another way you can use a variation. I have my listings set up so that people can purchase either a $10, a $25, or a $50 gift certificate. And you have to offer the full value of the gift certificate. Let your buyers know how you will handle order redemption that has a balance. If you give somebody a $25 gift card and they only use $5 of it, you have to keep track of that person and how they're going to spend the rest of that gift certificate. I personally you have to keep a list, all right? If somebody purchases a gift certificate, you have to assign that gift certificate with a certain code. Make it up. Usually what I do is, because my shop's name is Dazzling Adornments, I do DA001 or something like that, or DA01 if it's the first one, and then the year. So it'll be DA0116. It'll be the first gift certificate I offered that year. And I specifically say that the customer who is redeeming the gift certificate has to put that code in the notes to seller at checkout so that I know what code it is. I can look at my list and I can match up what code, and I can write how much they used and how much is left if there's a balance. If you try doing it as a coupon code, you can only make a coupon code up to 90% off. So they won't be able to use the whole thing. And I know I'm contradicting myself. There are a couple of videos where I had mentioned that I was thinking about doing a coupon, because I was thinking about using a coupon code because you can set a coupon to be only used once. But then somebody brought it to my attention where I forgot that coupons can only be redeemable for up to 90% of a product item. Let your buyers know how long it will take to ship the gift certificate, or if you're going to email them directly. Have the others set up. The name of your shop and your shop's unique web address on it, like your shopname.etsy.com, needs to be on the gift certificate. We talked about the words in the context, the secret code, clear instructions. Their example is, go to my Etsy shop and select the items you would like to buy with this fine gift certificate. Click the green checkout button, choose the other payment option, and in the message to seller section, please type in the code. I will send a convo to confirm the order. That's perfect. That is nice, clear instructions. It tells the customer what to do. And then after the sale, you really just need to keep track. If somebody does not redeem a gift certificate, I usually wait like 30 days after the gift certificate has been purchased, and then I'll email whoever, I can't say I usually, because I haven't actually technically done it. I was just thinking about it recently, about emailing the person and being like, hey, this coupon code is still available, has not been redeemed. But I don't know if that would be like, because it's not their coupon code. I don't know what would happen if you didn't redeem it. I mean, go you got money, but does anybody have any questions about gift certificates? If anybody has any suggestions, if they've done gift certificates before, or if there's anything that I'm leaving out. It's really just about having the other, when you go into your payment methods, having the other option open, and then you really just got to keep track of what codes you've given out and what the and what the balance is left on that code. With the 90%, I was referring to if somebody goes to use a coupon code, like I was originally going to set up my gift certificate and then give them a coupon code, use coupon code, blah, blah, blah. But if somebody uses a coupon code, that coupon can only be worth 90% of your product value. Etsy will not let you make a 100% coupon code. How about letting them use the 90% off and then refunding the balance? If that's the way that you want to do it, you can try that. But because I was thinking about that as well, but I wasn't sure if people would trust us, either A, trust us to go back and refund that difference, or if it's somebody that, say they're buying $100 worth of product, maybe they don't have the extra money left over, and I don't want them to feel like they can't use their gift certificate because they can't afford to pay the difference up front, trusting that it'll be refunded, because sometimes a refund can take up to 5 days, which means Etsy's holding that money from them for up to 5 days potentially, because they want to use a gift certificate that they were given. So it could kind of deter them from wanting to redeem the code if it's, a pain in the butt. If they purchase more than the gift card and select other, how do you pay for the additional amount? I have a disclaimer on mine that specifically says if any overages, I don't have a gift certificate up here. Maybe it says it on my listing. I have a thing that says any overages for the gift certificate will be PayPal invoiced, and the order will not be shipped until the PayPal invoice is fulfilled. Maybe it says it in my listing description. I think I put it on as a disclaimer on the actual paper gift certificate itself. Just trying to see if I can find it real quick. Which, look, I'm being like one of my dumb customers and clicking through all the pages when I could have just clicked search in my own shop for gift certificate. Redeemable. Mine says Dazzling Adornments gift certificate to, from, the amount, authorized signature, expiration date, code number. At checkout in the notes to seller section, enter the gift code provided, then select other for payment method. Only redeemable at dazzlingadornments.etsy.com, and then on the back I have that PayPal invoice information. It is not. Oh. Good point. Why you gotta be like that, Amber? Gotta rain on my parade. No, I was kidding. That's a very valid point. I don't know. I hate to admit it. I don't like not knowing things. I like to be on it. I've never had it happen. No, it's a good thing. Well, it's not a good thing that I messed up. I hate giving bad information. But it's a good thing that somebody... I'm going to write it down. And I'm going to do some research. Gift certificate overages. I hadn't thought of that. Well, I guess in that case, actually, in that case, you could always make a custom listing that is for the exact overage amount. And then you could send that custom listing, like you could make the custom listing and have the title be the coupon code that they had given you. And then you could send that to the customer and say, you need to purchase this listing to fill in for the difference of overages from the gift certificate. Gift certificates are such a pain in the butt. Like, it's a nice thought, but they really are a lot of work. Couldn't you make a custom order? Yeah, that's no, I get what you mean, Diane, and that's exactly what I just realized is you can just make a custom listing for the certificate overages and then send that to the customer and say, in order for me to ship this out, I need the gift certificate overages to be purchased, and then I will ship this item out for you. But yes, everybody thinks that gift certificates are a great idea. And I mean, I guess essentially they are, because you get paid up front. Well, actually you always get paid up front, but I don't know. They're a lot of work. It's, I promote the crap out of them, and nobody's really gone for it too much. I don't have much luck with the gift certificates, but since I'm a cool kid and purchased physical paper gift certificates, I keep listing it because I've got the paper, so I'm not gonna have it and not list it. That's silly. I also, with my gift certificates, I offer a free ornament. So I've got like, I use it's a way that's not even a good English sentence. It's a way for me to clear out my old inventory that I can't use since I have wire. I designed a star out of wire, and I just decided that that's going to be a free gift ornament, is a handmade ornament will be with each one of my gift certificates, as in, you know, kind of upsell kind of thing. Get a cool ornament, get with your gift certificate, something for you and them. Nobody cares. I thought it was a cool idea. I'm considering it, especially with the holidays and what I sell. Yeah, as long as you want to keep track of it, like I said, I've got them. I'm almost thankful that none of them have been purchased. I would love them to be purchased, but at the same time, as long as you keep track of the codes and you keep track of if the person hasn't fulfilled, you know, the gift certificate amount, if they don't claim it all, just make sure you keep track of what's left. And I do think that just making a custom listing will solve all of those problems if they buy more than what the certificate is worth. But yeah, they're a great way you can make, like I said, freebies, go with them. It's a great way to market, upsell yourself. But is there anything else, again, with either the gift certificates that anybody has questions on, or if anybody's thought of any more questions for the listing variations? Is there anything else I can help you guys with? Because that is what I'm here for, if there is. Oh, you know what I realized? I totally made 15 minutes without eating my Kit Kat. Go me. I think I'm going to reward myself with a bonus Kit Kat when this video's over. Oh yeah. Anything? Any questions? Customer gets exactly what they're looking for, but it's pain in the butt for... Yes. Pretty much. But it depends on what you're willing to do. If you're willing to do it, it could be worth the money. You never know. What if somebody buys a $100 gift certificate from you? That's great. Is there anything else in general that you want me to go over right quick? For any more tips? Sorry. It was not my intention to talk anybody out of selling them. It was just that I want to be honest. I don't want you guys to get all excited and then offer it and then find that I want to spell it all out for you. I want to show you all the cards. It is difficult to do a gift certificate. Etsy does not make it easy, but it's possible. It's just a matter of, you know, if you have a super busy shop already, you might not want to do it because it could be a lot to keep track of. But if you're slightly slower and you don't mind, you know, if you have the time to put the attention towards it, then totally go for it. When my shop is at its peak, I usually can't have the time for it. I think I'll stay away from them now. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't want you to feel negative. I was just trying to be honest. I was just trying to show you how it is. I didn't want anybody to get in over their heads. I mean, everybody's trying to get seen for the holidays and work on SEO and work on awesome photography. So I don't want you to offer something and then get even more stressed out and overwhelmed if you don't know all the ins and outs of having it. I would rather have you guys have all the information and make an educated guess or decision, an educated decision. Now you know that with all the steps, now just might not be the right time for you, but it really well could be for somebody else. Could you just make a spreadsheet with the name? Yes. That is a great way to keep track, is to have an Excel sheet with the username, the code, the price that it's worth, the price that they've spent, the amount they have left. Ah, thanks, Tom. Yeah, that's the thing, is if you don't have the time, you don't want to get in over your head. I don't want you guys to start doing things and then not have the time to put the effort towards it. Yeah, honestly, I knew some of the stuff that went into it when I started it a couple years ago, I knew to put my code. I know that you can't offer a gift certificate. That's another thing. You cannot offer a gift certificate. Even if you have a verbal collaboration with another shop, you cannot offer a gift certificate to somebody else's shop. It's not allowed. Is there a limit to color variations? 44 color options. I'm assuming that you do some kind of HTV, hot thermal vinyl. I don't think that there's a limit. I have used up to 18 of the listing variations and have not hit bottom. Honestly, I think 44 is a lot to choose from. I would maybe try to narrow that down a little bit, but I would probably put them all in the same, if you can easily show them. If you can show them in one picture, if you can show all 44 variations and fit the names of whatever the color is under that variation, then I would try to put it all. Sorry, an alarm went off on my phone. I had a sign available with 50 states listed as well, there you go. He's got 50. And see, but that makes sense because there's all 50 states. So you need 50 variations for that. When it's 40 colors, that might be a little bit overwhelming, but I would put them all in one listing. An album with number choices. Huh? Oh, it's ribbon oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Right. Well, thanks, Tom. I didn't know that. But yay! So yeah, apparently you can have a lot of different variations. So I think that pretty much covers it. Let's see if I am missing anything. House rules. Nope, I think I went over all the house rules. It has to have your Etsy name. It has to have the amount. It has to have instructions that are clear. And you don't have to put an expiration date on yours. I do. Because if I put all the effort and sitting here keeping track of all this stuff, you better use it within the first 60 days. Use it or lose it. But that's just me. Because my people are attitudey. I can pull it off. But I think I'm gonna try to go shove as much chocolate in my face as I can before my children get home. That way I can get a sugar rush and have enough energy to deal with them until bedtime. I think that sounds like a genius plan. So I'm gonna go do that. If you guys have any questions that you come up with either creating a listing variation or creating a gift certificate and you're having trouble with it, please feel free to put a note in the comments and I will answer it. If you guys want if you want to do a phone call and set one up one-on-one or a Skype call, you can PM me and I am completely available to do the $25 for 30 minutes of mentor talk. And if you want any shop critiques or anything, you can always feel free to either message me at Lisa Mitchell on Facebook or you can visit my shop, theshopdoc.etsy.com. Yes, chocolate binge. Chocolate and coffee is my lifeblood. Oh, and wine. It depends on the time of day. Yep. Because 8 o'clock, let me tell you something. I shut my kids' doors and I open the refrigerator door and I grab me some wine. Not gonna lie. But I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday. Please go out and vote. I don't care who you vote for. Just vote for whoever you personally want. Write in your dog if you don't want to vote for anybody. I don't care. Just go exercise your right, even if you don't think it counts. But if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to message me. I am here for you guys. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.